Hello, everyone. Happy Thursday. Welcome to another weekly live stream, Creator Insights Live, where we're going to be talking all about the Amazon Influencer Program, how to make more money, how to work smarter, all that good stuff. And today we're really going to be talking about, yes, beginner strategies, but also shortcuts and strategies that will kind of help you bypass some of the fluff, maybe some of the things that you don't know about or have questions about in order to get to the money, right? The income goal that we all want to be attaining. And if you guys have missed my newest YouTube video, we just published it earlier this week. It's all about 2026 goal setting. And I take you guys through one of my favorite exercises, all about how to really set your goals for the year. Because I really do believe that, if you don't identify your goals, you're never going to hit them, right? That's like step one. What are my goals? What are the numbers I want to hit? Why am I doing this? What are the things I need to focus on? How am I actually going to put that plan into place? So make sure you guys watch the YouTube video that I posted earlier this week after this live stream, and we can go ahead and get started. I know we've got lots of people coming over from Liz's live stream on the Fluencer Fruit YouTube channel. So thank you, everyone. I just saw some of you guys over the last hour. Welcome. We've got Pioneer Smokehouse's channel. Yes, one live to the next. I love it. Partly why I stay. So it's kind of nice, 2 hours, as many days as you want. So yes, everyone just clicked over. Wonderful. Welcome. K Convo Product Picks. Doug and Nikki are here. Lori Bloom is here. Welcome, Karen. Truist Services. Hello. Lynn's Product Videos. Hello from Oklahoma. Yes. Shout out to everyone who came from Liz's office hours. Yes, Beth. I love it. Yes, thank you guys all for joining. I'm really excited to talk about the topic that we have today. Like I said, it's beginners training, but it's also shortcuts to success. I kind of put those two together because, if you know the shortcuts, whether you're truly a beginner or you're still working towards those income goals, which should be much higher this year in 2026 than they were in 2025. I think some of these strategies are going to be helpful. Yes, Karen said, Doug and Nikki, are you following me? Yes, I love it. Everyone was over here. Thank you, Liz from Fluencer Fruit, for bringing everyone over from your office hours over here. I love it. Try it with Bri. Hello. Bob Murtha is here. Welcome. Christina is here. Yes, Mr. Fred is here. Blood Sugar Wars is here. Hello. Wonderful. So yes, if anyone has any questions, you guys are, of course, always welcome to put them in the chat. But I do have some shortcuts, some strategies that we'll dive into here in just a moment. I know there have been some, I always like to talk about the news as well. And news can be, sometimes it's universal for everyone and sometimes it's not, right? So I know some things that have been going on this week, creator connections, reporting and earnings, and don't be alarmed if you're seeing weird stuff going on with creator connections. Just like how Liz said in the Fluencer Fruit office hours last hour, we don't really know exactly why this is going on, but we can speculate, right? I know Creator Connections was down for a while, I saw. And like I said, people have been having reporting issues. I personally didn't have reporting issues this time last week. And then the last 7 days have been kind of a mess for my Creator Connections reportings. But something that I saw, and I'm curious if anyone else did too, was I saw some earnings coming up on my offsite Amazon reporting. Right, when usually it's mostly on the onsite, and they were like bigger commissions, like over $50 commissions. And so I'm like, oh, I wonder if is Amazon moving it to the offsite? And then, I think yesterday I went in there and now half of those commissions from my offsite reporting are gone. But half of them are still there, and some of them are for the same campaign. So it's very confusing to me. They were taken away. They were not moved over, but now I have others popping up for other campaigns in my onsite. I don't know. It's very confusing. However, Lori said, no Creator Connections reports at all for me in 4 days. Oh, that's super frustrating. I'm very sorry. You're definitely not the only one though. Like, I don't know if that's comforting or more frustrating that you're not the only one. I know lots of people that had issues over the last month or so with just no reporting coming in at all. Like I said, I personally didn't see that, but my last week has been just terrible reporting. So, we don't know if this is from things that stemmed on other issues or if this is creator connections. I mean, we kind of just I don't know. We just need to do the best we can, but also like that's why it's so important to track things as well. Like if you feel like you're making sales in your, sales reporting on Amazon, but you're not seeing those sales coming through on Creator Connections, it's always worth it to reach out and have a support ticket open with Amazon just so that you can document that. I know I do that because every so often I'll get adjustments in my payments schedule, like in my payments history tab, and it'll say, Creator Connections campaign adjustment. That's happened to me many, many, many times. So it's always good if you can keep track of it as best you can. And like I said, if you're noticing that truly you're just not getting the commissions, but you're seeing the sales right in your reporting, make sure that you let Amazon know that. Whether they do anything or respond is really up to them. But I have had some success as far as reporting and getting some adjustments made, right? I think those are probably the biggest things in the news right now. I do just a PSA, not really news for Amazon influencers, but we have a free Facebook group. I know many of you guys are in it. We still don't have it. Facebook took it down last week. We don't know why. We're working on getting it back. I don't know if we'll be able to get it back. Hopefully we can. But I've missed being able to interact with all of you guys over Facebook. So if we can't get it back in the very near future, we'll just start a new one. And I'll make sure to share that information with you as soon as I have it. But also make sure that you're on the email list so that you receive like news and updates and, making sure that you're on the up and up with the free stuff that's going on, especially all the free resources and the free events that we do. Make sure, let's see here. I'm going to put up the calendar first here. So we have created a free events calendar. So all of our live streams will be on here. Any additional free events that we have, feel free to download the calendar here. We've just added our special 2-hour live stream for next week, where I'm super excited that Liz and I are going to be going live together for Fluencer Fruit office hours, and then for Creator Insights weekly live stream. We're going to be doing that together. So make sure you guys download the event calendar. All the information is on there, the YouTube URL, but you can either go to this channel that you're already on, or you can join on the Fluencer Fruit channel because we'll be live on both. So I'm very excited for that. And I know Liz was talking about that over in her office hours. So thank you, Liz. All right, let's see here. Yes, Tracy said, I met my goal for uploads already this week. Tracy, that is a huge, 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 amazing accomplishment, because I know, especially over the last couple of weeks, we've been talking about our goals and how many more videos do you need to upload in order to ideally reach that monthly income goal starting this month, right? Starting as soon as possible. So awesome. Yes. Congrats, Tracy. Thank you for sharing that with us. I always like hearing about everyone's wins. It helps keep me and I think everyone else motivated as well. Yes. Wonderful. Clay is here. Skate tutors. Yes. Let's see. Yvette is here. Tracy. Let's see here. I know Doug and Nikki said Facebook seems to be going crazy over these groups. I know I am definitely not the only one whose group has been closed. So I don't know what's going on, what happened, but like ultimately at the end of the day, like it's a Facebook group, right? And so that's why I think we have to have multiple ways to communicate, multiple ways to do whatever we need to be doing, right? Because just like with Amazon, you don't want to rely only on Amazon. I know personally I rely a ton on Amazon for a lot of things, but it's not everything, right? So kind of same with the Facebook group. I'm trying to see the silver lining in that, well, I can still email all of you guys ideally, right? So yeah, make sure you guys are on the newsletter. I'll throw that link up here as soon as I can find it. It's all the way down here. Let's see here. We'll just put this one up to make sure you have all the free resources. So if you guys want to grab that, lots of good free resources in there. Or actually, I think that goes to my webpage, but you guys can still check that out and sign up for the free resource that makes the most sense for you. Yes, Liz said, yay, super excited. I know, me too. Next week is going to be fantastic. Amy said I posted a question above about Australia. Let me see here. Sometimes the comments come in pretty quickly, so I don't always get to see. There it is. Amy said I signed up for Australia, and it says I have completed the US and Australia tax information, but I still only see the offsite ID at the top. I don't have an onsite ID and can't post to Australia. So I would say I would double check that and make sure that you signed up for the Australia influencer program, because it sounds like maybe you only signed up for the Australia associates program. So I would just Google, sign up for Amazon influencer program, and then there's a drop down menu like all the way at the top of the screen on the right hand side with a whole bunch of different countries in there, right? So make sure you drop down and toggle over to Australia, and then see if it says sign up or sign in. And then I would go through that application process and sign in with whatever sign in you use for Australia right now. But it sounds like maybe if you only have the one, if you only have the offsite ID, you're probably approved for the associates, but not necessarily the influencer program yet. But it's pretty easy. It's basically just kind of a sign up form if you're already approved, especially in the US. So that should be pretty easy fix, hopefully. All right, we are going to get started with some of my favorite shortcuts that I am super super pumped about. Is anybody here not yet approved for the influencer program? I feel like most of you guys probably are, but I'm very curious if anyone is still working towards approval. Please let me know in the chat if you've not yet been approved, because I do have some tips for people that have not been approved yet. But I'm going to skip to my second one because I think a lot of people are already approved. But if not, please tell me in the chat, because then I will absolutely go to the first one. But so one of the things that I think a lot of people know but may forget about, and this is like very Amazon specific, right? This is not necessarily these tips don't translate necessarily to the other creator platforms, right? Because not all platforms are created equally, of course, but especially with Amazon, right? It's so important to make sure that your content is product first. And I have like in parentheses, as opposed to like creator first. So, sometimes when we're doing like our YouTube videos, right? Especially like now, right? You guys are watching a live stream, and I'm not pitching you a product. You guys are here because you want to hear what I have to say and you want to learn and you trust what I say, right? But it's about the creator here, right? As opposed to Amazon. And I always say this, right? Like, don't take this personally, but the Amazon customer doesn't really care who you are. They may care that you're a real person, right? Over AI. Of course, we want to see real people in our videos and not AI generated videos, because that's not authentic, right? But at the end of the day, the Amazon customer is not like searching for Kathleen Cobal's shoppable videos. They're searching to see if they should be buying product XYZ because maybe Kathleen Coble or someone else said so and shared her experience. So it's really important to just know that when you're creating content, and some of that best converting content and the content that we know Amazon wants to see is that product first content, right? They very much care about how you talk about the product versus who you are. And that's not to say that you can't give them insights into who you are. I do that too, but I'm always relating it back to the product, right? Like if I'm talking about something that I use, with my family or with my kids, I will share that, I use this with my kids. But I'm not talking about really me or my kids. I'm still very much focus on the product. So I hope that makes sense. And I know it seems just like seems very basic, right? But I think it's a big difference between, some of the platforms, especially YouTube, right? So I think that's, yeah, like I said, that's a big thing. Let me go and I want to see, okay, we do have a couple people that are not approved. Not approved. Let's see here. Oh, good. Lori said, Amy, I was having similar issues with England. I wrote to Amazon. They gave me the direct link. Wonderful. Okay. Oh, good. Okay. Chloe Corner 7 is not approved. Shelly Rory is not approved. Kate is not approved. Okay. Wonderful. I'll go back to my first one. Not approved. Would love some tips. Love it. Okay. Let's see here. All right. Yeah, I'll go back to that one and then we'll answer some of the other questions. So yeah, that's the biggest thing, right? Product first content, not creator first content, especially for Amazon, right? Super, super important. Make sure that the product is the hero of your video. Make sure that you're focusing on the product and people can see it well within the video. So even if you're holding it next to you or you're in the same shot with it, make sure that everyone can see the product. You have up close video, at least at some point of the product, whether you're in that shot or not. But I mean, at the end of the day, that's what Amazon wants from us, is to create great videos about the products that they're selling on their platform so that we can help them sell more and that we can then get paid our commission every time we make a sale. So definitely keep that in mind. Product first content, not creator first. All right. I'm going to go back to my very first tip, and this is for people that have not yet been approved. I won't spend a ton of time on this, but I think it's really important, especially like when you're in the really beginning stages and you're like, I'm not approved yet. What platform should I use? Or what should I be posting on that platform? When should I apply? How many times can I apply? Like there's so many questions, right? Just know that you can use what you already have, right? Like don't overthink it, especially in the very beginning, because the good news is that you can apply to the Amazon Influencer Program as many times as you want. It's not just the 3 times for the first 3 videos. You can apply the Amazon Influencer Program every day. You can apply 3 times a day, 10 times a day. It doesn't really matter. So, so rest assured, right, that if you keep working towards it, like eventually you're going to get approved. If this is something you decide that you really want to do, I'm going to get approved for the Amazon Influencer Program. Take the steps to get there and keep going until you get there. You do not need to have a huge following or like some sort of fancy content to get approved, right? And so some of the kind of easiest platforms are, well, I know TikTok is and has been the easiest platform to get approved for the Amazon Influencer Program. And that's partly because it's so much easier to get seen with certain videos. It's easier to get more eyeballs on your videos. And so TikTok has been, especially people in our paid program and Influence and Earn, lots and lots of people have gotten in through TikTok. It's just, like I said, the easiest way. You don't necessarily have to have a lot of followers because what Amazon is looking for is engagement. Right. So start that new TikTok. It can be brand new. It can be something that you've already been working on. But also, kind of go along with that, pick the one platform, right, that you know you can be consistently posting on. And of course, if it's TikTok, it's even better because I think it'll be easier for you to get approved for the program. But post though, I mean, you can post whatever you want, right? You can post short videos. You can post, obviously, if you're on TikTok, you want to do vertical because that's the best for that platform. But you can post products, or you can post videos about products, or you can post videos about your cat or your dog. I have so many people in our paid program who have gotten in with TikTok with cat videos or dog videos, like so many people. It does not have to be product videos on your social will get you approved for Amazon. So I think that's kind of a big misconception, but also hopefully that's a little shortcut for you and that it makes it a little bit easier because you can just kind of post off the cuff and, hope something gets really seen, or maybe one of your videos will go viral on TikTok. And then that's an easy shoe-in, right, for Amazon to get you into the influencer program. So, wonderful. Not approve. Yes, yes, yes. So hopefully, that is how. Yes, try it with Bri said. Case in point, I was approved with all of 14 followers. Thank you for sharing that because it just, yeah, right. It proves the point. It doesn't have to be a huge following. It's really all about engagement. And then once you get in, yes, you want to keep posting on your social media until you get those first 3 videos approved with Amazon. It's kind of like step 2 to getting your on-site commission unlocked. But after that, like you don't really have to be too focused on the social media, especially if it's not something that you are super into or enjoy doing, then you can really go and focus on Amazon, right? And that's the money maker. That's where you're going to make the money. Maybe with TikTok eventually, right? But yes. All right. Let me see here. Let me go back and just answer a couple of these questions. All right, people working towards it, working towards it. Karen has a good question. Does anyone get paid up front from creator connections or is it just set up for free products? Karen, I believe, yeah, and Doug and Nikki, as always, have a fantastic answer. Exactly what I would say. It can be a little bit of both, right? It can be a good conversation starter, move the brand offline through communication and arranging brand deals. Totally. Creator Connections is so fantastic for so many reasons. But yeah, so you can connect with the brand through Creator Connections, right? Because you can message them. You can start with a free sample and increase commissions. And then, like Doug and Nikki said, you can take the communication off Amazon and get better brand deals, do negotiations for upfront payments, things like that. So yeah, it is kind of a little bit of both. It's totally fine to do that as well. Yeah, I get a few emails outside of Creator Connections. I'm wondering if people normally charge and if that's allowed. Yes, for sure you can charge. No issues there. That is totally fine. Totally fine to do that, especially if they're reaching out to you outside of Creator Connections. You're more likely to get that upfront payment because Creator Connections, obviously, they're paying that extra commission. So it's a good way to negotiate outside of that. But yeah, you can absolutely start the conversation in Creator Connections because it's so much easier than finding an email or reaching out through social media and you don't know who's going to be on the other end of that. Whereas with Creator Connections, at least it's somebody that's on the seller team. Maybe it's somebody who is in charge of influencers, but it's somebody who obviously has access to their seller account. So, they know the brand, they work for the brand, otherwise they wouldn't have that access. So it's at least a good place to start. Lori said, when I reach out to brands, I don't charge. On Creator Connections, I don't charge. If it's my second or third collab with a brand, I occasionally start charging depending on the product and the brand. Yeah, I'm the same way. I don't charge for the very first Creator Connection sample, but also I'm only taking samples of things that I either was going to buy anyway or have done the product research to make sure that it's worth my time to create that video for free because I'm not getting paid for it up front. So I am very selective as far as requesting samples and actually getting the samples and working for free and all that. But especially if you're in the beginning stages, right, which is what we're really focusing on today. And really, if you're a beginner or you've been doing this for a while, it's a great way to practice while getting paid, right? It's a great way to practice while getting free samples. You're getting free samples, you're creating content, and then you're getting paid increased commission. So, I mean, I love Creator Connections for lots of reasons, but yeah, it's a great way to start that conversation with a brand, right? And Doug and Nikki said, if someone wants to send me a $2,000 e-bike, I probably won't pitch a fit. They probably won't pitch a fit that I want $100, right? But if they want to talk about an $8 water bottle, totally agree, right? It's about the product, it's about the brand, right? Yes, great point. If somebody's like, I'm going to send you this $2,000 product, why not just ask for the $100, right? It doesn't hurt. Definitely does not hurt. I want to answer this question too. Homeglow Review says, what if your video doesn't get any placement? I submitted a second video that also hasn't gotten any placement. I think, yeah, that's tough. There's so many different reasons why a video wouldn't get placement. It's hard to know without seeing the exact video, but like I've had that happen to me a few times, and it's mostly with uh, products that are just really, really saturated already. There's like 40, influencer videos that I can see, like, with Fluencer Fruit. Obviously, we can't see 40 videos on the page, but I can see that through using Fluencer Fruit. But usually it's either really competitive or maybe the video wasn't converting. It's hard to know without the video, but I would also just test some other things out, right? Try try the opposite, right? So if you made like a longer horizontal video, maybe if you made a 3-minute horizontal video, try making a 40-second vertical video. One other thing too, I would say is that make sure, like, if it's really a product that you love and you're really trying to get on that product carousel, take the extra time to go watch the videos that are on the top carousel for that product listing. Because sometimes you'll learn something, right? Or you can at least observe, like, are all the videos 3 minutes long? Or is it a variety of time amounts, right? You can go and see, like, what kind of thumbnails are people using? Are they creating their thumbnails, or is it just a screenshot, or is it like a nothing, right? Do something different to stand out, and then watch the videos. What are they talking about? Is there a point that you can make that maybe somebody missed? Is there, maybe you make a longer, more thorough video, make sure that you answer all of the questions of that product. So it's hard to know why it didn't get on there, especially if it's the second video, but there are definitely ways to get on that product page, especially, taking that extra time if it's a product that you really want to make sure you get on the page for. Let's see here. Karen said, I have 1,000+ subs on YouTube and couldn't get in. Signed up with 700 subs on TikTok and got right in. Yeah, that's fantastic insight, right? Because I know that it's definitely much harder to get in with YouTube, especially if, it's not all about subscribers. It's definitely way more about engagement. So if your channel, even if it has 1,000+ subscribers, but you're not consistently posting, or you don't have comments, or Amazon's not seeing a ton of engagement on your channel, they will say no versus your TikTok, right? So yes, I love that. Okay, let's see here. Yvette said, what about people asking you to buy the Amazon product and they will reimburse you for a review? Basically, I'm in Canada, so a lot of companies do not work with Canadians, but that is a way they can. So, Yvette, yeah, and I'll second what Tug and Nikki said, a complete violation of terms of service, run. Yeah, run the other way. This is not okay by Amazon's terms of service. The seller is way more likely to get in trouble than you are. However, it's definitely not a seller you want to work with, because that just tells you something about their, business ethics, right? Because they know they're not allowed to do that. And the reason why they're not allowed to do that is because from the Amazon side, from the seller side, if you say, hey, go buy this thing and then I'll reimburse you, right? It's manipulating seller data. It's manipulating sales data on Amazon, right? And so that's why Amazon doesn't allow it, because I could go tell 100 of my friends to buy my product on Amazon and then refund them via PayPal. And now I have 100 sales in Amazon's eyes that are legit, because they don't know that I refunded somebody, all these 100 people through PayPal. But maybe that 100 sales is what I needed for my product launch. So now Amazon is starting to push it more out in their algorithm. I'm getting more eyeballs on my product listing because I did this, black hat technique in order to get my first 100 sales. So it's very much not okay to do. I wouldn't trust any brands that ask you to do that, because it's a very clear violation of Amazon's terms of service. And I just wouldn't want to work with any with any brands like that, right? Yes, against TOS, love it. Everybody knows this. This is great. Okay. Yes. Do people find creator connections emails get ignored? Reached out and haven't heard from a couple. Yeah, tons get ignored. Like, I would only expect to get a response from like 5 to 10% of the brands you reach out to, maybe more depending on how active you are and how many videos you have and all that. But there's no way, not every brand is ever going to get back to you. Their messaging platform is pretty much just like ours. They don't get alerts. They have to go in, right? They have to go in and check for messages. So if they're not getting an email every time, you send a message through Creator Connections. They're just not. So yes. Yeah. Lori said, I get it. I'm ignored 90% of the time. Yeah, exactly. Right. To 5 to 10% response rate is pretty normal. Yeah, Tracy said I did recipes on TikTok and got approved in 8 days with 35 followers. Yeah. So going back to anybody that's not yet approved, do TikTok and you can post about anything, right? It's all about engagement. Just be consistent and stick with it until you get into the program. Definitely the easiest way. Wonderful. Okay. Let's see. All thought was taught by you. We listen. Yes. Let's see here. When you get an email outside of Creator Connections and you charge for it, do you have to say that the brand gifted you the product now that you are charging? I mean, yes, I would be very, very transparent about your relationship with the brand. You have to be in order to comply with FTC rules. And that's even bigger than Amazon, right? So if you get a free sample from a brand, whether it's through Creator Connections or email or whatever it may be, you always want to disclose that, especially within the first few seconds of your video. And I usually say something just like, and I'm so excited to have partnered with this brand because I did receive this product for free in exchange for my honest feedback. And so that's, what I'm going to be talking to you about today in this video. Something like that. If you got paid up front for the content, there's a couple ways you can do that too. You can just do hashtag ad in your product description. You always want to do check that paid promotion button when you're uploading the video to YouTube. But I mean, I would just always say that. I would say I got a free sample, or I'm partnered with this brand. Just letting them know that I am working with this brand. This isn't just I bought this product and I'm talking about it. You have to disclose that you have a relationship with the brand. So it's always better to over disclose than to not, I would say, because the last thing you want to do is get in trouble for doing a paid promotion with a brand. And then they're like, well, then you can't do any more promotions with the brand, right? So better just to say it. How do you try to get free samples if they ignore emails? Well, you just have to keep reaching out to brands that will eventually respond to you. Not all brands are created equal. And it's eventually, and Doug and Nikki have some great advice as always, right? Put your contact info everywhere and use the Amazon influencer hashtag. So if they search for Amazon influencer and can find you, they can easily find your email and reach out to you. Yeah. Totally super, super smart. Not everybody's going to respond to you, but the ones that do, start that conversation and make it easy for them to respond back to you. Give them the information that they need from you in order to send you a free sample or to negotiate, or your email if you want to take it off Creator Connections messaging. So there's a lot of different ways that you can kind of do that. All right, we are just over halfway through here. I want to make sure, or actually I'll put this one up next here. We have, let me talk about real quick. One thing that's super important and a good segue here, right? So we just talked about a very big rule violation that sellers are proposing, but if you don't know what you don't know, right? So if you don't know that that's not okay and you're trusting the sellers because they're coming from Amazon, right? I've had people reach out to me via Creator Connections and ask for that. Hey, I'll send you a free sample, or hey, here's the link to purchase, and then I'll send you a refund via PayPal or whatever. And it just boggles my mind. So I'm like, you're doing this through Amazon's messaging platform. If I report this, they're going to have all the information that they need to take you down. But Amazon, they depends on how many sales that seller has, and do they get a wrist slap or do they get taken down? It really depends. So one big thing too, and this is a shortcut, this is a strategy, but it's super, super, super important because you could get your entire account shut down if you don't follow the rules, right? So you want to follow Amazon's rules exactly, right? And I did put in here no shortcuts for this one. It's really more of a strategy than a shortcut. But I do have a shortcut for you to learn all the rules if you don't necessarily know them all, right? Because a lot of times, beginners get delayed or discouraged because they unknowingly break the rules, right? A lot of people talk about how they got shut down because they didn't have their Instagram handle in the back office of their Amazon, website list. And so when they posted their Amazon affiliate link on Instagram, Amazon came and shut down their affiliate account, which is different than your influencer account. Don't get me wrong. But they shut down their affiliate account because they didn't tell Amazon where they were posting. They didn't give them their Instagram handle, right? So, and you don't know this if you probably don't know this if you're brand new. And so it's really, really important to make sure that you read Amazon's rules, you follow their rules to a T, and make sure that you stick with the rules if you want to make sure that this is a long-term passive, not passive, but semi-passive, right? If you want to make sure this is a long-term income stream for you. And so I do have a free resource for you guys to make sure this is my shortcut that I'm giving you. This is my do's and don'ts resources PDF. And what it is an opt-in. It's a free resource in exchange for your email. But it's a PDF with a bunch of clickable links that will bring you to links on Amazon, links on the FTC, but all the most important things really to remember as far as do's and don'ts when it comes to the Amazon influencer program, where you can post, what you can say, what's okay, what's not okay. So make sure you guys grab that free resource if you don't already have it, because it's just so incredibly important. Some of the things that, like, some of the biggest kind of rule violations that I just want to throw out there, right? So we talked about, just kind of in a nutshell, right? So you don't have to read the whole PDF while we're on here, but don't ever purchase a product and then get reimbursed, right? We just talked about that and why. Um, Original content only. Like, that's always been my rule. If I didn't create the content, I'm not uploading it to Amazon. And again, these rules are different for other platforms. That's not necessarily the case with YouTube or with TikTok, right? Because there are ways that you can post content that's not 100% authentically yours. I mean, you can do that on Amazon, but anyway, I'm going to focus on Amazon. But you want to make sure that your content is original. So, like, when Amazon decides to change their rules and say, hey, now you can't use the information or the assets from a product listing page, right? I don't have to go back and check all my videos and my photos because I never used any direct assets or resources from a seller's product page, because I know I didn't create that content, right? All the content that I upload directly to Amazon is 100% created by me, right? So make sure that you do the same, and you will probably never run into a content issue on Amazon if you've created the content 100%. If you haven't, right? If you put music in there that you didn't write and record, I'm just saying that was fine a couple years ago. And then Amazon came and changed their rules and said, nope, no more music that is not original, right? And that goes right back to my rule. I didn't create the music, so I'm not going to use that track as background in my videos that I upload to Amazon. So that's the biggest thing. Original content only. And then there are a couple other, let me put my notes back up here so that it's everyone can kind of see more. So here we go. So original content, don't talk about price, right? Don't show any barcodes, of course. Focus on the product. The product is the hero. Another big thing too are claims, right? And so you can talk about how a product has worked for you to an extent, as long as you're not making what Amazon determines to be claims about a product, which is way more important if you're still working on your first 3 videos to get approved for on-site commission. You want to pick all those safe products where you don't have to claim anything, no supplements, nothing like that, where you can say, really no products that you would even think about, this helped me do this, right? Or, this made my hair grow longer, or this, gave me more energy. Stay away from things like that. But you can talk about how the product impacted you, how it helped you. And then after your first 3 videos are approved, if you make a claim that Amazon doesn't like, they're not going to shut down your account. They're just going to not approve. They're going to reject your video. So you can go and edit, delete that one, edit it, take out whatever you think they didn't like. But it's just one, kind of big thing that will pretty much get shut down before it ever makes it to Amazon, but it will save you a lot of time. And is a little bit of a shortcut if you know, right? Don't make, especially any medical claims, but just like any claims at all. Just try to stay away from the claims. So hopefully that was helpful. Let me go back to our chat and make sure that, yes, good idea. Wonderful. Yeah, I love this. So many people got in through TikTok and didn't have a ton of followers. And it just, goes to show you that it's very accessible. Even if you're totally brand new and you're like, well, I don't have a TikTok. I've never even been on TikTok. You can still get approved for the influencer program within a couple weeks, really, if you, again, decide you want to do that, stick with the formula that, we know works that we just talked about earlier. You should be able to get in as long as you remain consistent with it, right? All right, Lori has a question about violations. I still can't figure out how to connect my Facebook to my Amazon. If I post an affiliate link on Facebook, is that breaking Amazon's terms of service? No, Lori. So a couple things with posting on Facebook. As far as like connecting goes, like if you're trying to verify your Facebook on Amazon, I was only able to do that once I like disconnected it from like the Meta Business Suite or whatever. I know a lot of people had that issue, and that's kind of how we got around that. But it doesn't necessarily have to be verified either. What's more important is that, first off, if you're posting Amazon affiliate links on Facebook, is that you're only posting them on public profiles. So if that's your creator profile, it's got to be public. If it's a page, it's got to be public. If it's a group, it's got to be public. And that's because Amazon needs to be able to go and see your link. They want to be able to always access the page or the place where you are posting your affiliate links for Amazon. So make sure that the Facebook, page, group, whatever, is totally public and anybody can access it at any time. The other thing too is that then you want to take that Facebook URL, right? Again, if it's a group or a page or whatever, you want to take that Facebook URL and go place it into the settings in your list of websites that you're promoting Amazon links on. Because those are the two things that will get you in trouble, that if you don't let Amazon know what Facebook, page or group you're posting in, and then if that page or group is not public for them to be able to go see, those are the two things that Amazon will basically shut down your associates account over if you're posting on Facebook. But that's all easy stuff to do, right? So just make sure your page or your group is public, and then go take the URL and put it into the settings. It's in your account settings when you're in the reporting dashboard. Laura, you probably know how to get to this, but oh good, it's a public page. Okay, great. Yeah, so that just make sure that you, I'm too afraid to disconnect it from Meta. Lori, me too. It was actually it was a huge pain in the butt to disconnect it, go through the process to get it verified, and then reconnect it. It was a huge pain. I totally agree with you. You don't have to verify it if you don't want to, but I would just make sure. So take that public page URL and just go put it in your settings, in your offsite reporting, go to like account settings, and then there's a whole list or a whole bunch of links. I think it's on the left side, like list your list your websites or, something like that. So yes. Yes. So hopefully that is helpful. Good. It's a public page. Yes. Okay. Let's see here. Yvette, the CEO, said, can you elaborate more on what is allowed when working with companies and getting free product? Isn't contacting the brand for a product in return or for a product in return for a video or money the same? Yes and no. Not so. The reason why you can't purchase an item on Amazon and then get a refund through PayPal is because it manipulates that sales data, right? So like I said before in my previous example, I can't just go have 100 of my friends buy my new product that I just launched on Amazon and refund them under the table, because now it manipulates the sales data on Amazon's side. But as far as like what is allowed when working with companies and getting free product, you can always ask for a free product. You can always ask for payment up front. You just have to make sure that you disclose your relationship with the brand within your content, and or within your description by putting hashtag ad or clicking that paid promotion button. If you're on YouTube, you can put hashtag ad in the title of your Amazon video. That's one way to do it. And then, of course, you always want to say it just to make sure, right? Say it within your content. I'm so excited to be partnered with Brand XYZ because I received this item for free in exchange for my honest feedback. Or, this is a paid partnership with Brand XYZ. I only do paid partnerships with brands that I already use and love, right? So you can kind of qualify it that way as well. You just have to, again, right, disclose that you have that relationship. Yes. All right, let me answer maybe a couple more questions. I do have more. I do have some more shortcuts here. Let's see if any of these. So we can always let's see here. We can always go back to some of these things. All right, I'll do one more, and then we'll save the rest for another live stream, since we're getting towards the top of the hour, and I want to make sure we answer everyone else's questions as well. But this goes for newbies. This goes for people that have been in the program for a while. And I think it's really important to make sure that you know this. Again, it's different from what, like TikTok, where in TikTok, viral products are huge. That's what you find a viral product and you got to make like 50 videos of that product like today if you want to keep earning on it. With Amazon, do not start with the viral products. Start with the boring winners, right? People aren't necessarily going to Amazon for like viral products. I feel like TikTok is way more in tune with that, especially like with how people think about it, right? I always see like this viral product from TikTok, right? I don't necessarily see this viral product from Amazon all the time. That's not to say it doesn't work, because people will still buy the viral product from Amazon. But when you are starting, especially like if you don't yet have your first 100 videos, right? Don't worry about the viral, whatever that's the best, gift for this holiday season. Start with boring winners. And I have a whole list of boring winners, and I can attest to, all of these boring items being winners as far as my, product catalog goes for my videos, right? Home basics. People are always looking for home basics. There's literally, Amazon made a brand called Amazon Basics, and it's all the basic stuff that you need for your home, right? So tons of opportunity there. Home basics, kitchen tools. Pretty much most people have a kitchen, right? So they need the tools to be able to utilize that kitchen. Those items sell very, very well on Amazon. Organization items, office items, right? These are all things that are boring, but that people are buying thousands, hundreds of thousands, and millions of these products every single day on Amazon. So don't discount these boring products. And of course, problem-solving products, right? Any product that solves a problem, you can not only come up with a good way to talk about how it solved that problem for you in your content and try to, connect with and resonate with the Amazon customer who's deciding, should I buy this product right now? But talk about the problem-solving products and the way that it's solved a problem for you, and you may see a really nice conversion rate on that particular video. So boring products over viral products, especially when you are, especially when you're starting out and you don't yet have 100 videos or even 1,000 videos in your on your storefront, right? So, all right. Let me go over to some of these questions, and then we'll wrap it up at the top of the hour. All right, let me see here. Oh, hi, Nakia. Nakia's here. Were you able to get the Facebook group back, or is there a new one? I've not gotten the Facebook group back. If we don't get it back basically by the end of this weekend, we'll just create a new one. and I'll send everybody the link next week. So yeah, no, it's still not there. And if there's a new link, I'll make sure to send it out in an email. So hopefully we can get it back. We're still trying, but maybe I'll just make a new one in the interim. I feel like if I start a new one, maybe they'll give it back to me, the old one, because then I won't need the new one. But we'll have to see. Let's see here. Understand the why. Understand. Karen said, what if the product was not free and you are not getting paid to post it on YouTube? Do you need to still claim it as an ad? No, no, you don't. So if you paid for the product, you did not get paid up front, you do not have to click that paid promotion. It's not an ad because you're just talking about the product that you already had. You purchased it. You're just giving your honest, review about it. What you do have to do, though, is if you post an Amazon affiliate link in your YouTube description, you just have to include that it's an affiliate link, and then you have to have that Amazon affiliate disclaimer, which is, as an Amazon associate, I earn from qualifying purchases. Then you just let people know that it's an affiliate link, an Amazon affiliate link, give them the link, have the disclosure in there, and that's all you need to do. You do not need to do hashtag ad or click paid promotion or anything like that, because you're not getting paid. I mean, you're not getting paid. You didn't get paid by the brand. You didn't get the free item from the brand, but you do have to disclose that if that person clicks on your affiliate link, you will get paid, right? So that's what you have to disclose. And that's why it's okay to not talk about it in the video, but just to post that in your YouTube description. Yes. Good. Wonderful. Okay. Yes. Good question. Great. Let's see. It looks like I have one more question. If anybody has any others, feel free to throw them in there. We're going to wrap this up in about 5 minutes. Hi, Chris. Chris said, are Chrome extensions like ViroView safe for my Amazon storefront? I would hate to have my store removed if it's violating any policy I'm unaware of. I cannot speak to ViroView. I don't use that one, but I know with the other tools that I use, which are Fluencer Fruit and Oink, they are compliant with Amazon. I've always made sure that any tool that I, log in with or integrate with my Amazon is very much compliant. I would just reach out to ViroView and ask them, because I'm sure they're probably compliant, because ViroView does a lot of the same stuff that some of the other tools that I just mentioned do. So I would imagine they're probably safe. But again, I don't know. I don't use ViroView, and I don't know like all the details about their software. I don't know if they're doing anything differently than the other softwares, but I do know that, like I said, Oink and Fluencer Fruit are totally fine with Amazon, because I know the owners of those softwares and they have told me that personally. So I'm very confident in saying that the others are totally compliant with Amazon. You're not going to get in trouble for that at all. So, all right, let's see here. Yes, add the affiliate disclosure for links and the paid partnership for the videos or for the paid video. Yeah, perfect. Thank you. All right. So before we wrap up, I'm just going to throw up my free masterclass, especially if you guys are new or new-ish, right? I want to make sure that everyone has seen the free masterclass. This is so great, whether you are starting brand new or you're still trying to get approved for the influencer program, because I walk you through my 5-step system to how I'm able to earn 10K a month as an Amazon influencer, right? And so it's the system that you can kind of be like, oh, I'm here in step 1, or well, maybe you're in step 3, right? But you still need step 3, step 4, and step 5. So grab this free masterclass if you haven't already. Make sure you check it out. And of course, you can always ask any questions, all that good stuff. So let's see. This is also a way to make sure that you get on the email list, because that is the list that I send out, all of our reminder emails as far as the live streams go, and any free events that we have, any sale events that we have, all that good stuff. So make sure you grab that free masterclass. I am going to go ahead and wrap it up here. The replay will be available right at this very link. As soon as we click the end stream button, you can go back if you're just joining and watch from the beginning. Make sure you grab some of the other free resources that I link to throughout the live stream here. Good luck to everyone who's a beginner, but also the people that are looking to scale their income. Some of the strategies that we talked about today are beneficial whether you are in, step 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. But make sure you check out the free masterclass so that you can kind of get more familiar with the steps and figure out where you are. And if there's anything you need help with, there's always lots of free resources that will be coming your way, especially if you sign up for this. You'll be on my email list and you'll get my email newsletter, which will come out tomorrow. So check that out. Thank you all for joining live. You guys have amazing questions. And next week, we will be back. We'll be starting an hour earlier. Yes, Doug and Nikki said, see you Influencer Fruit next week. Yes. So next week, we're going to be doing a 2-hour live stream. We'll be streaming live from this channel as well as the Fluencer Fruit channel. So we're going to be talking about Fluencer Fruit. We're going to be talking about the state of the Amazon influencer program. We're going to be talking about strategies to make more money for beginners and advanced people and kind of everyone in between as well. So make sure you guys come and check out the live stream next week. I'm going to put up this calendar link again. I'm really trying to experiment with this calendar, and then I'm adding the live streams to this calendar. You guys should all be able to either scan this and download the calendar so that it goes to your Google Calendar or your iCal, or you can, I think there's a link on there that you can click as well. But then that'll have the description for all the live streams, and we are adding the rest of February in the next couple of days. So you may see some more events starting to pop up there as we're now scheduling out through March. So we'll get that up as soon as possible. Yes. Let's go. I'm so excited for next week. We're going to have an amazing 2-hour event, and you guys won't have to switch over. You guys can just hang out on whatever channel you feel like, because we'll be streaming from both. So I'm very excited. We're going to be talking about a lot of good stuff. Like I said, good stuff for beginners and advanced, and anyone in the middle there. I just love talking to Liz about the Amazon influencer program and just Amazon in general, because you guys will see some of our seller knowledge come out. You'll see our Amazon nerdiness come out. Liz and I have both been on Amazon, earning on Amazon for a long time, like longer than the influencer program has existed by far. So we'll be sharing some of our best tips, some of our best strategies, and of course we'll be answering questions from you guys. So if you come live, you'll have a chance that we'll be able to answer your questions. So, I mean, we got 2 hours, so, hopefully we'll get through all of the questions, but I know there's going to be great conversation. I know there's going to be great people in the audience, and Super Bowl predictions from you guys next week. Oh man. See, I'm a little salty about the Super Bowl because my team didn't make it, and we were like this close. And man, that was, I'm still sad about my Chicago Bears. I don't think anyone else on here really cares about the Bears, but we're just always so bad. Chicago Bears are just so bad. Last time they won the Super Bowl was 1985. And we were very excited for this year. So we did not make it to the Super Bowl. Obviously, we lost 2 weeks ago. We didn't even make it to the championship, but I don't know. I don't know about prediction. I'm going to think about it. I'm going to get back to you. I'm still just one track minded. I know it's not the Bears, so whatever. Who cares? Yes, Clay is psyched to hear us. I love it. Well, Clay, we'll see you next week. We'll see everybody next week on our 2-hour live stream. You guys can catch it here, or you can catch it on the Fluencer Fruit channel, We'll be in both places. So make sure you guys join, put it in your calendar, and I will see you guys next week. All right. Until then, have a great